What's up, world?
What's up, world?
We back
With another Tent Talk.
We back, y'all.
Yo, this one about non-judgment, okay? Because when you judge people, you tend to get judgment back. And nobody likes that, right? Nobody likes to be judged. We want to feel safe. We want to feel free. We want to feel unconditional love. We want to feel acceptance. But we got to give those things if that's what we want in return.
Yes, we do. And it's so easy to judge. It's so easy because if somebody ain't doing what we doing, we talking about what they doing. You already, just looking at somebody in these other lights. And it's okay if you're admiring them, if you're sharing yourself. And there's no underneath things happening, inside. But the judgment is real, y'all. Judgment is real. And I can say I've judged my own damn self. So I know times in my life that I've also judged other people, and it's just because I'm not understanding them, because I'm not giving unconditional love, because I'm looking with a certain view, and I'm laying judgment, laying my opinion on things that ain't even asked. Ain't nobody asked me for my opinion, and it ain't right for us to just give it unless it's asked of, and even then maybe it ain't even necessary, So it is just like, how can we live in harmony with the judgment going on? How can we really take the best of each other and live collectively if I'm judging what you believe in and I'm not being open-minded,
And this is a super deep one. Like this belief system of like judgment is deeply, deeply embedded within the human mind, the collective mind, because it stems from duality. To judge something, you have to see things as separate. You have to see something as two, or there'll be nothing to compare it to. So that comes down to your idea of right and wrong. And when you break through that, when you say, okay, I'm no longer going to see this as right and wrong, I'm just going to see it as it just is.
Yes.
But then your judgment becomes, it kind of just goes away. It kind of just starts to disappear because there's nothing to judge there. We put meaning to things. Like, if I see someone do something, I say, oh, man, that's wrong. That's my judgment because now I believe that that's wrong and what he's doing is wrong. Honestly, it just is, and everything is perfect. And the more you can think like that, the more you'll see less wrong. There won't be as much violence. There won't be all these heinous acts that we think will happen if someone's not judging. But the whole time we have all these prison systems, we have all these judges and jurors and all these punishments.
Based on judgment.
We have the most crime. We have the most
of what you're not asking for, of what you're trying
opposite of love here on this planet. Why is it so much if we have all these systems in place that should be helping us? It's letting us know that it's not right. Well, not right, but it's not effective.
Yes. And it's because we're placing our attention on something that is not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's sharing their belief, you can let them share it. It doesn't have to, you don't have to compare it to your own belief. And I feel like that's what's happening. We're comparing things. We have expectations on what should be, who should be. Nobody wrote any rules for us coming into this world on what's wrong and right. And so it really is just getting back to knowing there is no wrong or right. There is no wrong or right. But with inside of yourself, with inside the self. If somebody believes that they're wrong, then they gonna show everything around them gonna show them that they wrong or need to handle something in a certain way. That ain't up for us to do. Whatever we feel in our heart we need to handle, we can handle. Now, it isn't anybody else's judgment that needs to be telling us what we need to do, And I feel like in order to be a good friend, somebody, a good person in the community, it's just like, be loving and understanding. No matter what somebody's talking about, be open. Like, don't shut anybody down. Don't shun anybody. Don't put that guilt on people or shame people for something that maybe you wouldn't do. Like, that's for them to do. We ain't God. Like, we're not God, we God in our own right, but it's just like they're the God in their world and we're the God in our world. So it's like listening to ourselves, not laying our expectations on other people and assuming that they should be doing what we're doing. And I've been caught in that, like, really, like, when you come into certain awarenesses of like what you feel is wrong or right for you. In your world, we have these imprints on ourselves and these beliefs in ourselves, and it's just like, great, that's great, like, live your life, do you. But who am I to say you're wrong for doing that? You wrong for eating like that. You wrong for talking like that to people. Hey, like, I've been there. I've been that person. So to lay judgment on myself is crazy. It's delusional. It's like, why not be understanding? Why not be loving? Why not help that person into a new perspective or understand that perspective, that person that you once were, you know what I mean? And it's really just that, like, allowing people to be free because when we study closing people in, putting people in boxes, saying you should be like this and you should be that, and this is how it goes, now it's so much separation. We can't even, there is no helping this, you know what I mean? And we're not helpful in those ways of being that judgmental one.
Because you're only going to receive judgment back. When you're always pointing a finger at somebody, like you're holier than thou, it's always going to come right back to you. You're going to block yourself in. Yes. You're not going to feel free within your own mind because you're not letting anyone else feel free. Yes. And honestly, it's not about right and wrong. It's more like cause and effect. Yes. You know, if you eat something, there will be an effect to what you eat in your body. And only you will be able to say if that is right or wrong for you, how you feel. You know, it's not up to us. And I'm learning that, you know. Mm-hmm. The more and more that I'm going through this life and I'm deciding I'm going to live a little different from the way that the collective is living. You know, most of humanity lives like this, and I'm kind of like over here. And instead of looking like that's wrong, I'm just okay with where I am and letting that be what is, you know. But what I do know is when people eat, let's just say that White Castles, right? And then the next day, that's the cause. Now, the effect might be you on the toilet all day. And all I'm just here to remind you is that you have a choice. You have the power to say, okay, I'm not going to eat that so I can feel better. But only because you said you felt bad. That's cause and effect. Not because the White Castles is inherently bad, but it just didn't do well with you. So this is how we get past the judgment, by just seeing it clearly and just seeing it for what it is and stop putting our opinions on things so much. You know?
And we're all connected to God, so it is really like that. Like, we don't have to rely on each other for how, like, what I should do with my life. Like you're saying, like, really, you know how that food made you feel. You know how that situation made you feel, that person, what you did. You know how it makes you feel, so it's really listening to that. You don't need to talk to anybody to come up with that out, like what was, you know. But you can, and we use these people outside of us for that reason, because we are all connected to God. So no matter what somebody else is saying to you, really listen to that. Even if it seems like judgment, even if it seems like whatever it seems like you're saying, it's you. Remember that this person is you. We're all of God, and really receive that message of what's up with you? What's up with you? You know, why is this person saying these things to you? Why what have you said to them? What's going on? You know, and really just getting down to the nitty-gritty of what it is you need to do in your life. And if it inspires somebody else, that's great. You know, if your story or your path has changed somebody's perspective, like, it's great, like we have. But it's also like, it's not my to judge where you are. I've been there. I done been all, you know, in every reality I possibly can. It's like, I don't judge myself. I was a great person. And it's just like, for anybody to judge me, it's just like, that's their own opinion, you know? And so, yeah, it's just really holding that God's view of all is perfect. All is aligned, and there is no right or wrong. And it's just, well, how do you feel about that? You know, how does that make you feel? Good or bad? It's on you.
Yep, exactly.
It's not written in stone, like.
Yeah, it's not up for us to judge people, because once we judge and then we say something's right or wrong, well, now here comes some type of punishment, some type of consequence that has to follow. But it's natural law, it's natural order. Like she's saying, people will feel that they've done something that doesn't feel good for the world. You know, they'll feel that on themselves. We don't have to come behind and lock somebody up for 30 years, give them the death sentence. Everything will work itself out. Like, we just have to trust it. We have to step back for a second, not have so much control, not have so much judgment on our actions. And the things that don't really serve us would just kind of like evaporate. It'll just float out. And the things that do serve us would get more rooted, more grounded, and then we can build from those things. But if we're never giving anybody forgiveness, if we're always giving judgment, if we're always giving punishment, then that's all we're ever going to see, because that's what we're feeding. So let's feed unconditional love. Let's feed forgiveness. Let's feed that everything is what it is. You know, let's not put so much meaning to the things we see, to the things people say. Let's remember that the mind is so vast and it's been filled with so much BS that anything could possibly come out of someone's mouth. So let's not take it so personal all the time, you know, when someone says something, because they probably didn't even mean that. But their mind's racing so fast, they're so filled with things that aren't conducive, they didn't have a moment to think before they spoke. So let's give people grace. And you do that by being the change you want to see. Have more patience for yourself. Don't judge yourself so much. Don't feel so much guilt and shame around your own actions, and you'll be able to free other people up.
And that's what's real, because I also feel like no matter what somebody else is giving you in your reality, it's up to you to hold love in your heart. And so no matter what is being pushed at you, whether it is shame, guilt, judgment. It's like, what are you going to push back out? Are you going to convert that energy and just give love, hoping that continues about its way, or are you going to give that judgment back? Are you going to be like, oh no, you know? And it's just like, now we caught in, we all out of God's grace. You know what I mean? We all just out here acting ridiculous, judging each other based on meanings that we made up. Everything in the world we've put a meaning to, good or bad, or right or wrong. And it's just like, but we created that. So it's also just like, no, this is an individual basis. Whatever this person wants to do, let them do that. What comes to them on this path, let that happen, you know. Unless somebody asking you something, don't get involved, you know. Focus on love, like you say, having compassion. Focus on that forgiveness for when you are seeing these things happen in the world. Like, be the open heart, be the open vessel that people can come to and not shun away from when, you know, shit ain't feeling good, you know? Because we all got to remember, like, these are just meanings. These are things that we put into the world saying that, you know, what is. And it's just like, but it all is. It all is. With so many different perceptions, there's so many different perspectives on what is right and wrong. And it's just like, it's all aligned. No matter what's going on, it's all aligned. Trust, right? Trust it. Trust that it's God, no matter what. And then all is well. But if we get caught in this race of continuing to judge each other, now we just caught up and we forgetting that we got. And we forgot the love, and the love is gone from us, you know?
Because we like to put judgment on things that we don't understand. And this is why love is understanding. Because even if it doesn't make sense to you, like she's saying, you got to trust. You got to just have that love and that faith that everything's all right and everything will work itself out, you know?
Yep.
So we can get more of that understanding. We really got to give what we want to see, man.
That's right.
Honestly.
That's right. Give what we want, and also just, like, remember that everything is you. Don't implant things in other people that you don't want implanted into yourself. You know what I mean? And that comes with judgment and assuming expectations, all these things on our partners, our friends, our family, people we don't even know. We just laying things on them. You should be doing this. Why you doing that? And it's just like, wow, like, you know, you haven't even just taken this person in. You haven't even just embraced this person, this God, you know, in life, you know.
Every second of every day.
So
why is this person driving like that? Why is that person wearing that? All of that. And it's just like, yo, chill with all your beliefs.
Exactly.
This is probably why, you know, you're not manifesting what you want, because we're so blocked with beliefs.
Or things don't feel free around you. You want things to feel free. You want to feel free. So don't put that in other people of not feeling free, of being constricted, of being restricted. You know what I mean? Based on what you believe.
What's up, Brother Lee?
What's up, y'all?
Coming in for the 10 talk.
Hey, peace, y'all.
What's good?
Hey, we already know. Getting love from the Dodgers. Good to see y'all, world.
Yes, world.
All right, world. We got to go. We got some stuff to handle in real life.
See ya.
But we love you guys. Remember, non-judgment. Be free within yourself. Be free with others.
Let others be free with you.
Yes. Test it. Try it out. Your faith. All of that.
Give love.
Watch how your world transforms for the best.
That's right.
Hey, don't forget, Holy Haven, jungle retreats at any time.
At any time, you can make a donation to us, support us, you know.
Support the Holy community.
Create this expansion with us.
Our expansion, all of that. We're trying to get this farm, these acres, so we can grow more food, we can house more people, we
preserve more life,
preserve more land. All of this is what we really want to do for the world, for ourselves, for you.
Let's do it together, y'all.
It's going to take all of us. Love you.
Real deep in the jungle, real deep in the